members of the South African Federation of Trade Unions are picketing outside the Public Service Co-ordinating Bargaining Council. Several other unions are expected to join the public service unions. They're calling for salary increases, among other issues, and that's where we find Tshegohaco Moagi, who is in Centurion right now. Tshegohaco, good morning to you once again. The picket, as it is billed, talk to us about the turnout, because these are sometimes gauged on the number of attendants as to whether or not they are successful or were able to drive the message home.
Well, good morning once again, Xoli. So, there isn't a large turnout here, but you'd understand that these are also people that are public service workers that are picketing outside the bargaining council in Centurion this morning. I'm just going to ask him to show you just a bit of the people that have actually come out here with the various placards that they have saying no union must accept the 3%. And this, of course, is what they suggested on the table, has been put on the table to the workers, that they'll be given a 3% increase. However, they are calling for an 8% increase, and that is something that they are adamant about, and they have said that they'll definitely be continuing to picket out here until they receive that 8% increase. Let us just bring in then SAFTU spokesperson Lisiba Tobakale just to give us more details about this picket. Lisiba, thank you so much for your time. So, I've mentioned that you guys are calling for an 8% increase, and you have joined SAFTU here and NUPSAL. What more are you calling for when it comes to you as a South African policing union?
Thank you so much for having us. As SAFTU, it is our initial demand that 8% that we are demanding, it is on the baseline. Because the 3% that the employer is giving, it is coupled with the cash gratuity, which according to us, it is a slavery wage for the workers. Because on its own, it is being taxed, it is taxable, but it is non-pensionable. And at any time, the employer can take the cash gratuity. When we look back for the past 2 years, workers did not receive any salary increase. There was no real salary increase that the workers received. And if this year, the 8% that we are demanding as SAFTU and jointly with other SAFTU affiliated trade unions in the PSCBC, it will mean that for the third year now, workers will not receive anything, and we are not going to budge about anything. The government was serious when they gave the public office bearers a 3% increase. Looking at all of them, they are earning above $1 million. And when you look at that amount of money was backdated to the 1st of April in 2021. But here we are just demanding a mere, even that 8% is not enough. But that is just a minimum that we are demanding to say the workers, our police officers are being killed outside there. Traffic officers are being abused out there. They are being knocked down by vehicles. They are exposed to danger. Our members at the DCS, they continue to be attacked by prisoners in those correctional facilities. So we are demanding the 8%. We are not even mincing our weight about it. It is about time where we are calling on all the unions within the public sector to join hands with us and not accede to the 3% that the employer has placed on the table. Because if they can accede to the 3%, it will mean that the cash gratuity again, which we are fighting to get rid of, will continue again going through for this financial year. We cannot afford to have something like that. So we are calling on all unions that are organizing in the public service, those who are in the PSCBC, to say, let us join hands together. This is not a time for division. We are calling on them to say, let us join hands together and fight for the interests of the workers and not the interests of government. We know there are others who are serving the interests of government, but we are saying to them, we are calling on them that this is the time where everything else needs to be forsaken. Let us join hands together and fight for the 8% on the benefit of the workers, and that 8% being on the baseline.
Now, there isn't a very big turnout this morning that we are seeing from some of the members from the union specifically, but we do know that there's also this march that is taking place with Pop Crew in Pretoria. Is there any reason, is it also part of the divisions that you're speaking about, why you guys decided to picket here instead and not join that particular march?
Remember ourselves picketing, we are not marching. This is just a picket, because as we speak, I left the boardroom where we were busy with the conciliation. So we are here picketing because we are busy with the conciliation inside there. If there's no settlement that we will receive from the conciliation, we will get a certificate so that we could start to ballot our members in preparation of the strike. strike. So if we were marching, then that would be a different story. But simply, we just mobilized, not too much, so that, because we understand clearly that this is a picket line. It is not like we are marching somewhere else. So we cannot compare ourselves with anyone, because we know what we are doing. Inside there, it is meaningful because we lodge a dispute and we are following the dispute procedures. At the end of the day, there is something of substance that we will have at the end of the day.
Thank you so much, Tshegohaco. You're just giving us details about their pickets outside here, saying that they are actually in discussions right now with the members of the corporation, the bargaining coordinating council, rather, and they're saying that if that does not come to pass, as we also heard from SAFTU earlier, if there's no conclusion or anything that is satisfactory for them, they will then get a certificate to be able to take to the streets and march against this 3% that has been suggested.
Moagi, thank you very much for that update.